おはしま、こんしま、ジュリジュリ、一応禁止ま。Good morning. こんしま。あしま。I am only 15 minutes late, but that's because I already made my stream 15 minutes later than usual. But yeah, haha, I'm only 15 minutes late today. It's so bad. I'm losing track of my life. My life is in shambles right now. I've just been so tired lately. 15 minutes later is basically on time. You're so right. And Shima time, that's basically on time. That's always fun. Yeah. My life is in shambles. Absolute shambles. It's so bad. I don't know why. I think it's because I had that 1 week where I just sleep 4 hours a day. And now I have the worst dark circles known to man. Like, if you've seen the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, Geto's dark circles, same. That's basically what I look like. Suguru's dark circles is basically what I look like. Oops, I forgot to change my audio settings. Give me 2 seconds. Is that better? Did I not change it since the last time? Was the last time the... Oh shit, oh my god, I feel bad for Hairone. Oh no, but if it was through Discord, it must have corrected itself. Oh yeah, if it was... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Thank god. Shima mastering the art of micronapping? Not really. It's the worst rendition of it. Oh my god. Yesterday I had a work meeting that went on for like 3 hours. Oh, dog, you wanna go outside? Go have a enjoy your dog walk. Enjoy walk, dog. Yeah. But like yesterday I had a 3-hour nap and it was so bad. Like basically 20 minutes into my meeting I was already losing focus because it was a topic that I was not very well versed in, and it got confusing real quick. And especially the lady on the other side of the client side, she talked in a way that sounded like she was shouting. I think she was French, but the way her accent in English was so bad, and like plus she was like shouting her words basically. It made it really hard for me to understand, and then like the words itself were also very like I don't understand anything. But yeah, I was still supposed to be taking notes. It was kind of like I'm not really involved in this project. I was just kind of like an observer. But I was supposed to be taking notes, and like halfway through, not even halfway through, like 20 minutes into this 3-hour meeting, started losing focus and started like dozing off. And then as I was dozing off, I was still taking notes, and still I had parts of my dreams mixed into my notes. It was like real, it was so bad. Like I'd still be typing as I was dreaming, and then I'd wake up and I'd be like, shit, that wasn't what she said. Wait, hold on, what? Huh? Don't let in the Russian terrorists. What? Huh? Or like things like the weather is really bad. Like, huh? The sentences would start off really normal, right? Like I'd be talking about like whatever she was talking about, and then like the ends of the sentences would just turn into like gibberish, or like really like. They say we shouldn't go to Starbucks. Huh? I was actively transcribing my dreams, but then when you if I were to actually transcribe all my dreams, you'd realize that none of them actually make sense. It's like that period of time before you actually fully fall asleep, and you're just like dreaming gibberish. Like before you dream for real, when you're like half asleep, half awake, and you start dreaming. Have you ever like woken up during that state, and have you ever like felt like, what the hell was that? That was me for the entire 3 hours. It was really bad, and I was trying to look like I hadn't fallen asleep. I'm pretty sure people would have noticed, or at least thought, well, like, damn, Shima looks really sleepy. Damn, Shima has his eyes fully closed. My eyes were fully closed at some points. But thankfully the topic was quite difficult, so I hope they were concentrating. But my eyes were like fully closed at some points, like, and then like other times I was just like staring into my screen, but like my soul was already gone. Yeah. And then for like the last, like, I thought the meeting would be over in like 15 minutes, so I didn't get my charger because I was like, what's the point? It's gonna finish soon anyways. It went on for another hour and 15 minutes. And I didn't grab my charger, so I was just taking notes on my phone because at that point I was like, I don't know when this meeting is gonna end. And so yeah, that was bad. And then they were like, oh, like, Shima, please like send us your notes. And I was like, bro, do you really want my notes? I can, but they don't make sense. I don't even know what's going on. Jesus, but yeah, that was really bad. I'm at my lowest point right now, honestly. Can I add dark circles to my model? I've been sleeping pretty well this week, actually. I feel like I've been sleeping at least 7 hours every day this week. Maybe today, maybe 6 hours. But like, I feel like I've been sleeping pretty well. But I feel super tired. Every single day, I end up feeling like I need a nap. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm anemic. I nearly said autistic. I'm anemic anyways. So I should be taking my iron supplements. And also, what was it? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably oh, this is like being sleep deprived in college, for real. Why am I back in my college state? I feel like, what's the word? I feel like I have lots of sleep debt from like 2 weeks ago that I haven't paid off, and I'm still slightly in debt every day, so it's just building. And yeah, like, I never have dark circles. What are these? They're really bad. These eye bags are really bad. I hope I can get rid of them. If they're permanent, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna look like Ghetto forever. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, that was like a little update, haha. And tonight, hopefully, I can go to the Hanabi Taikai. Yeah, the weather report said it might be raining, and if it's raining, they might cancel it, so I was really upset. But it looks pretty sunny right now. Hopefully it doesn't change. But yeah, hopefully I can go to the Hanabi Taikai. If I only bought a yukata, so I can wear that if I want. Do you not sleep in on the weekends? That's where I recoup all my losses. The thing is, I'm always busy in the weekend. Okay, first of all, one problem is sometimes I stream on the weekend. Usually because I'm too busy in the weekdays to stream too much. That's why I end up streaming in the week. Last weekend I ended up, what did I do last weekend? I think I had something on Thursday, and then on Sunday I had that collab with Haewon, so I had to wake up at 9 AM. Okay, and the yukata. You wanna see my yukata? But what was it? Yeah, I ended up sleeping. I ended up having to wake up early for the collab at 9 AM. So I woke up at 8:30 that day. And then on Saturday I had some kind of event. I need to check my calendar, but I can't check because I'm streaming on my phone. But yeah, I always end up either having events on the weekend or having plans to touch grass with people. And I just always end up being, I don't know. I always have things on the weekend. I think my problem is I touch too much grass. I don't think I have had a single weekend in the past 3 months where I haven't had something on in the weekend, and that's why I am permanently sleep deprived. I can't recoup my losses because I'm too busy. It's hard having friends and events I want to go to. I don't know, this is a question I've always wondered. How do people have time for friends, work, hobbies, side hustles? What was the other thing that I have? Yeah, how do you have time for all 4? And time for yourself. Shima, 1 of 5 people in the world overdosing on grass touching. For real. I don't think people have time for everything. They just pick one or two things, I think. Or is it? I don't want to pick one or two things. I'm greedy. I want everything. I want it all. Why can't I have it all? I'm King Shima. Better scheduling. I think the answer is probably just like spending less time with myself and just sleeping instead of last night I was taking a shower, and so I was like, you know, wait, that makes it sound like showering is a real thing for me. No, last night I was like, while I was showering, I was watching The Bachelor Japan. That was a mistake because I was like, I want to put, do you ever have this like problem where it's like I need to put something on while I'm doing something, otherwise I feel like it's a waste of time? Yeah, that's really bad. But I was watching The Bachelor Japan while I was showering because everyone's been talking about it lately, and so I started watching it, right? But obviously my shower's gonna be way less time than an episode, and so after I got out I started like continuing watching the episode, and so I had to finish the episode in bed, and then yeah, so I ended up sleeping at 3 a.m. I think people lying just as mismanaged. I think so too. Maybe crazy scheduling. Oh, and also time to clean your castle. When you have time to clean the palace. Maybe crazy scheduling, zero procrastination, struggles of will to not procrastinate. Impossible. Japan Bachelor? I don't care what that is. There's been 5 seasons so far, actually. There's been 5 seasons of The Bachelor Japan. Yeah, I was surprised as well. Bro, I do the same thing in the shower, though it's mostly podcasts for noise. Yeah, I do podcasts as well, or like YouTube videos. Or like things I don't need to watch too much. Like, I can just kind of like, oh, it's okay if I miss out. If it's like a drama or a movie or something, then I kind of, or an anime, then it's like, I missed it. I want to see the pictures. Yeah, but, yeah, anyways. Bachelor Japan's pretty interesting. Japanese reality shows sound fun. Yeah, it's a bit different. Hits different from the Western versions. With Japanese shows, they always have some people in the audience who are commentating. Not people in the audience, but like they'll have random celebrity guests who commentate. There are endless numbers of self-help books and videos to help you find time for things. But you must have to be willing to change your lifestyle. How would I have time for self-help books if I don't have time for myself? If I need to spend time in order to find time. To be honest, I already know what the answer is. I just don't want to do it. I just don't have the will. I already know how to schedule my time, but I just don't have the will to do it. Just don't have the will, and I'm tired all the time. There's some people who can survive on less sleep, but I can't. I'm someone who needs a lot of sleep, but I haven't been getting sleep. If I solved my sleep problem, I think a lot of things in my life would be solved. Yeah. There's not enough time in a day. I think that's the biggest problem. If I sleep for 8 hours, that's 1/3 of my day gone. Okay, anyways, let's start playing Ace Attorney. And plus, I think a big problem is that I stream in the morning. If I didn't have to stream in the morning, I think I'd be a lot more well-rested. But then I don't have time to sleep I don't have time to stream at night either. Or maybe I should, no, I could probably stream at nighttime. It's just that you guys won't be around at nighttime. It'll be a different audience. It'll be a different audience probably. Different time zone. Like if I were to stream at night. But then streaming at night has another consequence, which is I'll be sleeping later. So in the end, I'm gonna be sleep deprived nonetheless. Relocate Shima King to the US. Never. Why would I want to go to the US? Probably, you know, we'll probably be like, no, come. No, actually, no, she can come over to Japan. Let's play Ace Attorney. I'll be honest, to be honest, she might only catch you in really degenerate hours. Really? Thank you for coming during degenerate hours. How do I make everyone happy? I guess maybe I will spread out my streams a bit more. I will do some random hours in between, maybe. I don't know, how do people do it? How do people do it? Is it better to have more spread out streams, or is it better to just stream whenever I feel like it? Stream at the same time every day. I basically stream at the same time every day. Who knows? Like, as long as you don't do 3 AM streams, I'll try to be at them. But what if I do? Trying to think. It's probably okay for you. You're from Australia, right? You could have 2 time slots to alternate theoretically. I could possibly. I'll think about it. I mean, it's good to stream at different hours and you can gather like different types of audiences, right? But then my worry is that if I stream at at 6 AM for some of you, and then like less people come to watch my streams, and it'll be really sad. And then it'll be randoms as well. Wow, never for you. They don't even be like 3 AM for you. Okay, let's play Ace Attorney. Ho 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 ho. He 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 he. It's time to send Willy Wonka to jail. Fuck him. No, okay, yes. I can hear you. Wow, 18 February, 12:55, 52 PM. Old Bailey defendants and to chamber. What on earth just happened in there? What happened? I forgot. This is not a whole door. I managed to find out what happened. This is a door. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade. Type of exploding device that releases smoke. Smoke grenade? It sounds like some sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom apparently. Who? Flee the courtroom? Why? So we're doing well that there was indeed another person, but then our Mr. Willy Wonka confused and then a smoke bomb went off. I see. Well, it's a young girl of around 15 I hear. Oh my gosh, it's the Shinhaninda. It's the real true culprit. Young girl, then could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? She played herself. My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Gotta believe in your client. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to a prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. Alone with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, according to the coachman, Mr. Bippo, took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. Now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That just means she got on for free. Counsel for the defense kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. Really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Sato. What's it with this game and young girls? There was that young Russian ballerina last time. Don't tell me. Nah, but if the young Russian ballerina was the culprit last time, they're not gonna make another little girl the culprit again this time, right? Sato excitedly reciting factoids. It's cute. Yeah, she's cute. Oh my gosh! What is she? Oh my gosh, it's a tomboy. There's a young girl next to Mr. McGilda. Look. You must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. It's the same as the Russian girl from before. It's the same girl. It's another blonde young 15-year-old. Well, after that rather I can't read. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilden. Now then, Lord Van Zooks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery. It now occupies the stand. She looks like Norma from Prince of Tennis before he's about to like do his signature move. She's like she's Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? She's mysterious. She's mysterious and cool. What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord? Yes, Mr. McGilden? I think perhaps I ought to explain here. She's holding her hat with Toonie swag, for real. She looks like, well, what is that move? I can't remember. The almost signature one. Shit, not drive A or drive B. The one that like comes back at a weird angle. Shit, I can't remember. Ah, twist serve. She looks like she's about to do a twist serve. Why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that? 'Tis all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilden, give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what had happened that night. It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Yeah, it's not like we need that. It's not, it's not like I really want to know exactly what happened that night so I can defend you or anything. Baka. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then Bagora, a loud thud and wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather, on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? It is exactly as the defense counsel said. This wee lass was the fifth passenger, my lord. I do not know how to do a British accent. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Bro. This is me during my work meeting. Cross-examination. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Let's press on every one of these. Mata! When you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You're the first passenger, as it were, I see. Hey, and that's why I took the back seat as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, it's how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, it's the most comfortable and where I feel the most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Then begorra! A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. Bum, 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 bum. Loud thud, you say, and a scream. Hey, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Wow, now you remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say, and when the sound woke me up and I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone, but at the same moment you did hear a scream. From the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume. Not above me, no, my lord. It was from inside the cabin. Sorry, what are you talking about? But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream, no. I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat. Oh my gosh, he touched the dead body. Yaba. Hello, Shimonette, we doing well. Sat him up, the victim, you mean? That I did, on the seat from across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? I might. It's just common courtesy, so it is. No, if I saw a dead body, I would not be touching it. I find that a little hard to believe. Ada! What? Ada? What is Ada here? Ada. Lord Van Zeeks. Now, why would that be? You wake to find a man lying. Wait, I didn't read it. You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well, I'm Willy Wonka. I don't want to imagine Willy Wonky saying Ada. Well now, as you know, I'm something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Fortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try where at all possible to avoid getting myself in a tangle of trouble. Are you suggesting you were just gonna leave the man there? Heavens alive, no, I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only I had a mind to fill out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There are some details I want to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Must have been the girl screaming. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? What if it was suicide? What if it was just a really complicated suicide, huh? What if the dying man just wanted to frame him? Mata! I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So true. So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now, 'tis a queer thing. Dude just unalived himself on the way home. No, he wanted to frame Willy Wonky, and so he purposefully went to the same carriage that Willy Wonky was in and killed himself. I have no idea. I feel like it's not the girl either, so who could it be? Who could it be? Well, now 'tis a queer thing. But if both the girl and him were in the carriage and that guy just happened to die, I feel like that's so unlikely. It's kind of middle. You never know. Well, now 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Oh. Good gracious. From his butt? Under your backside? When I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Nighterholder, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. This will be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. And that's when I found her. There was a child in there all curled up in the ball, hiding her wee self away. Say she was hiding herself? Hey, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim damp lamplight, but she was all curled up in the wee ball when our eyes met. Well, my heart nearly stopped beating in me chest. Oh, you're really overreacting this. Overreacting. I really wish he'd stop saying I really wish he'd stop saying we. Yeah, well, he's British, so he had sweaty cheeks that stuck to his seat. Little stop. Still in all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag with her. What the fuck is a chin wag? Seat opposite? Whoever translated this from Japanese into English had way too much fun. I'm sure the Japanese was kind of mostly more normal. That's right, just next to the gentleman there. Sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir. Yeah, he should go to jail. Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, gentlemen in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. I feel like this guy's meant to go to jail. While I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, Fowler's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Yeah, our little femboy. Right you are again, sir, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was, in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Hey, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. Doesn't exactly help his case, though. For real, if I ever go to London, I'm using these in my vocabulary. I think you'll get a few dirty looks. I think some people might want to start a fist fight with you. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and readily confused perhaps with this young girl. After that, of course, with these animations are so extra. The scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. Shut the fuck up. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? She's been holding her pose this whole time. The dedication to Toonie. Dedication to Toonie. Gotta look cool. Who is this girl? She's mysterious. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. Earns a crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here, petty thief? Nah, but she's cute though. Order! Order! Is this true, Mr. Lestrade? Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question! Ah! Bro, she's going to jail as well. How dare you? What's the meaning of this? Ah! The girl, she's gone! Open your eyes! I'm over here! Why has she got the same accent? Literally shooting the judge. Oh my god, she might be my favorite character. Good gracious, how? What was the point of that little sidestep? I know what you're a lot of thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed in a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what you in your heads, ain't it? That's just a Russian girl with a different hat, for real. King falls for a cute blonde girl. No! No, but she's cute though. How is this allowed? How is this? What is this anyway? They're all different colors as well. What did I say to her? This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not I like how bratty she is. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need is for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, right? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? This isn't a court, this is a circus for real. Oh, that's so big. What kind of, did you pick a clown's pocket? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheeler drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like pink best. Brad's the king's favorite archetype. For, maybe, possibly. She does the chuny coin thing. Is that a thing? Is that a chuny trope? Ah, do not wave that thing in my direction again. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. Tis alright, lass, you can tell them the truth now. I think everyone who does the coin knuckle thing is shooting, but maybe because I can do it. How do you do it? I want to do it. Alright, yeah, it's just like the Irishman said. Also, he's Irish, huh? The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. Good luck going back to school. But also, please don't say things that are too off topic, please. We're playing a game right now. So I stuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that the swell found me. He didn't help me get away, mind. Luphasia does what she let lowers her cat when she's embarrassed. I think that's cute. He let you go. Fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGill did. Oh, the simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. He was sitting on her. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. But what if it's like a secret exit? This is where I was sat last night. And the cubby hole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat, I presume. Is cubby hole a British word? We use that in New Zealand as well. Do you use it in America? The word cubby hole? You know, sometimes use words that, like, you know, we use in New Zealand, and then I'll talk to an American friend and they'll be like, what the hell are you talking about? Not really. Definitely don't use cubby hole here. Really? Cubby hole's pretty common in New Zealand. It's usually used for, like, for example, like if you have like a locker or something, but not like a locker, kind of like a shelf, but that belongs to you. It'll be like, oh, can you just put that in my cubby hole? Just cubby. Cubby is also cubby. Cubby's in kindergarten. Cubby sounds weird, but kind of cute. All these words are real common where you live and others go, yeah, right? There's so many words like that. You got the Shima. Hello, Hewon. How's throwing up? Hewon, I'm worried about you. Why do you keep throwing up? Please take care of yourself. I miss you. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. But of course the wee lads were stuck in there. I'm pregnant with my child. Whose child is it? Am I the father? Because I'd park myself on the seat for the duration. Shima and Hewon are real gamers. What do you mean? So you see, that's why I lit. Oh. We're real gamers. Oh, lol, as in, okay, I get it. Knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. For the sake of, I can't read. For the sake of the plot, you're the father. What do you mean? So it's not supposed to be me? Huh? Which man have you been sleeping with? Oh. Oops. Which bird have you been sleeping with? Why I couldn't live with myself as if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew it in my own heart that I was innocent. Nobody cares! Where's your proof? What do you mean? I knew it all along that I was innocent. Ha! King's ears on his actual ears. What a plot twist. Lol, Shima destroying his layout in anger. I watched this video yesterday that was like a man who it was on Twitter. But man was paying 5 years and, he refused to pay child support and then he was in jail for 5 years, but the child wasn't even his. We support Shima, thank you. So I thought it was worth stop with the Chuny. This is where she gets a Chuny Bill from. This is like the classic Chuny Bill pose. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My daughter. This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. You know, for this trial, he just needs to be well liked, right? With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives early at the truth every time. Wow, he really rizzed them all up. He was like, I would sacrifice myself for this pickpocket. Saints alive, he's innocent. Woohoo! All 6 members of the jury consensual and they're leaning to a verdict of not guilty? Man has the biggest riz. Mr. Naruhodo, this, well, it must mean what? That we're victorious. But the judge still decides at the end, right? We've won? What, are you sure? Dude, what the fuck? This man needs to stop. This man is this. Ha! At the side of my iron, he killed Wellington offends. This man's so extra. Holy shit. What was that? Who animated this? At the side of my iron, healed Wellington offends. Pray do forgive discourtesy. We need like a deep voice British man. Vox Akuma. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. He is the ideal man next to Shima. You want a man like this? You want a vampire British lawyer dude? Emotion? The witness's later statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, Venturo's cubbyhole, as witness put it, was included in their investigation. Only because he's voiced by Yushima. Thank you, Helen. Compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. As noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord! His wig keeps falling off. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilda's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. Wah! Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of They need to stop putting such hard words in. I don't know how to pronounce these. Deficiencies of the constabulary and allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you that when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. どういうこと? Well, my Nipponese friend? Huh? Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. How are you practicing bird law? Yeah, I practice both bird law and human law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? I don't look down there, I don't think. Go ahead, you can tell the court now, fella. How this all? An elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? Can I save here? Let me just save here. Yava! I did not look though. I actually didn't look. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, I'm a failure. I didn't look. Yeah, I don't think we... Did we not look? I don't think we looked. I don't think that was like a part that I looked into. Why didn't I examine the omnibus more thoroughly? Perhaps I credited you with too much intelligence. Fuck you! You think you're smart? You're stupid. It seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate is as unreliable as wine from the barrel. He's so racist! Miss Nutthole. Wow, now it seems the argument is moot. And the truth of the matter is there for you all to see after all. That the cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as a devil's heart, so it is. Amy called you wine from the barrel. I don't know if that's like a compliment or not. Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. Stop drinking at the court. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules state that the omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. But what? The pickpocket already pickpocketed it all. That money-lending fleecer and pick person lying. No, don't just put your fire back. Did I choose the wrong one? Can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no, it's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Can I Google? I didn't check though. Shit. Shit, fam. Asdrova. Well, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Let me go back and see what happens if I... This isn't cheating. This is okay. I'm being strategic here. It was empty. Yes, I'm fairly sure it was empty. If I'm honest, my memory about all this is a little hazy. As I suspected, seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate has the scruples of a by-street wine merchant. Perfect. This is why the fellow's represented me after all. He knows just what to say, does he not? Wow, now it seems the argument is moot and the truth of the matter is there for you to all see after all. That the cubbyhole on the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Okay, that's the same dialogue we had before. Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter. Oh, it's the same result. Okay, I'm just gonna go back then. I feel when your lawyer has game FAQs over. Yeah, does it make a difference? My choice doesn't make a difference here. I need my walkthrough. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is a matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord, what just happened? My learned colleague is fucking stupid and racist. The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. What the girl saw. They snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. Okay, just like always. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory looking different from what I remember, yeah. Turn into a murder mystery. Do the British not pronounce H's? Horses. Hello. So you're already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, innit? Wait, be right back. I'm gonna put pants on. Give me 2 seconds. King was pantless this whole time. I went to bed without pants and I didn't put them on this morning, but it's just it was getting a little cold. It's okay, you don't need to know about that. Anyways, I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money, if that actually makes sense. Council, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. Full of paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making them 20, to which the cabman testified. You're putting them on low. Okay, that's a bit embarrassing. And one little scapegrace riding for free. The rear conch of a driver always goes for some grub before its last run, see. So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself in and under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment, full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to a report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment is full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could ride underneath the seat. So I could hide under the seat, that's all I can tell you. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. But it was right old waste of time, got nothing to show for me troubles at night. Press. Mata! Waste of time, why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own and the God permit at least some of the time. I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit? Oh yeah, well that's what my kind call it. You could say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it. Only that night. This cove was sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole day, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. He sat in that omnibus the entire day. Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah. Right, mister? To be sure, I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. But really? I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. It could have been a 6th person. I bet it was the coachman who did it. I bet it was Mr. Boopy Bop. What's his name? Beppo. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. So I gotta see out into the cabin at all? Not a drop. Most days I push up the cushion with me. Push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. Thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, passengers plan themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head. For that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion out, peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. That's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Obson's choice. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I'd say there's some reason she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to stick it out under there. Nothing else for it. He acts like a real old person, just sleeping at random places for hours for real. He got too much money and time. Because of that, the swell found me. You did help me get away mine. All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that they are all still very unsure. So true, facts. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we could clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right, and I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Nandaro. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. Okay. But I was right. Okay, we're up to here. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Dude, she was feeling his butt this entire time. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. Could equally have been the moment the accused stood up in order to stab his victim, could it not? Yeah, but that would be after she hears this thump, wouldn't it? Well, God, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? It'll be a different order, you dumbass. My learned colleague is unlearned. Yeah, I saw it. Pushed up the cushion and added quick butchers while I had the chance to deny. The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. She was a victim of wonky swatting butt. That much is Mr. McGilda's account. Then the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. Because of that, the swell found me. He did help me get away mine. And when Mr. McGilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Oh, how awful. Both me and Scott covered in blood made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilda for a while, is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted me to know my name and what I was up to and that. Wait, what? Why was her blood... Wait, hold on. Ew! Ew! Wait, sorry, I wasn't even concentrating. I was thinking about something else. Ew! What the hell? Imagine, yeah, kimo. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and all that. Willy Wonka's kind of gross. Why did he make her sit next to a victim? And they get blood on her from a dead man? Fuck. Shion, please, you have to focus to save Willy Wonka. Sorry. It's hard for me to concentrate. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." All 6 members of the jury had decided. Okay. どうしよう。どうする? Let me look at my evidence. Let me look into the horse cabin omnibus. I didn't realize we could go inside the omnibus, lol. I should have looked at this earlier. I didn't realize we could go inside. Poster for the great exhibition that's due to start in 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exhibition. Oh, that's like the Eiffel Tower. The Crystal Tower is under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. That's the Eiffel Tower! That's the Eiffel Tower, lol. Okay. That's blood that soaked into the seat. The victims obviously. That seat will be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab someone in full view of other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark. There was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the pin. Window lamp. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Yeah, it wasn't a planned attack, I don't think. This seat looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. And only just wide enough for 2 gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English gentleman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? Oh, where was it? An English gentlewoman would only... Ah, okay. So women would have to sit on the bottom. Oh, it's empty. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here. But I can't put my finger on what it is. So I guess it was empty, huh? But see, I feel like, you know, usually with this kind of thing, there's probably multiple ways to get out of here. So you think that the only way she can get out is through lifting, but there's probably like some kind of like thing where she can like slide open, just get out. You know? I feel like could have been her. She could have done it in self-defense or something. Who knows? Yeah. I wonder. Oh, むずいね. Okay, so he fell on the floor after getting stabbed. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong. Oh, it's just... Well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zix has made no mention of it. Suppose that does seem a little strange. Huh. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Huh. Huh, あれ? Huh. Was it really not an accident? What if it was just an accident? What if he got out a knife to stab... Wait, what if the man was trying to stab him and then he fell over and he stabbed himself by accident? Nandaro. Quite a large skylight. Quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. This doesn't seem to appear to be a handle or cache of any description, so I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin at least. Can you open it from outside the cabin though? Okay, let's head out for a second. I've seen enough. Oh, it can be open from outside. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Yeah, but isn't there a latch there? Can I... Underneath a carriage. What if it was a second pickpocket? What if she wasn't the only person inside the seat? What if there were two people? What if it was another person inside the seat? Actually, that doesn't really make sense either. Missouri. Phoenix Wright Omnibus. Why are they using my grandson's name? This is the lavish knife, huh? Pa's the sheath, isn't it? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry, yes. I just don't really like blades. Oh, those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade, that's Kazuma's soul. Lol, oh, that's really romantic. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. I see. I see. Kazuma! I miss Kazuma! That looks like a lot of blood. You don't say. It surely is blood. Victims. An Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. No shit. Why are we still being racist here? It's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. Yes, I do understand. Fee, fi, fo, fum. An ornate letter M. Undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilded initials. It could be someone else's, and it's beautifully gilded too. Must be very valuable, I should think. Ah, what is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it's a W. This could change everything. No shit, no way. A W. Yes, it's one of those, you know, turnabout cases, I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I'm sure of is that this is an M. Oh, well, that idea was quickly quashed. Yeah, it definitely looks like an M. This is not a W. So funny. They're like, nah, it's not a W, it's an M. I really kind of want these like dagger type knives. Stab, 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 stab. I was about to lose if that actually changed the case. Nah, they couldn't. But these kinds of knives are nice because, like, you know, it's meant for one purpose, and that's for stabbing. Like, what else can you use this knife for? Oh, yep. Yep. I've got 4 water bottles on my desk right now. I need to clean my palace again. Wait, what if this guy is her dad or something and she was trying to kill her dad or something like that? They've got the same colored hair. They're both blonde. I'm just making up the wildest theories right now. Is this all the evidence we have? Is this all we have? I don't know. Did I miss one? I did press on all of it, right? Let me just double check. What is it? What is? We didn't miss anything in the cubby hole. Shall we look again? Oh, oops, sorry. I'm sleepy again. I'm about to take a micro nap again. Wait, how do I go? No, I want to go to the one before. Oh, Soka, I missed this. Oh, thank you, budget enemy. I missed out on that. We love EP pantsless king. I'm wearing pants now. I'm EP but I'm wearing pants. There we go. Pursue. Chotta! Something wrong, Miss McGilded. I didn't notice this last time. Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Council? I'm just wondering if Mr. Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to have been thinking about something to yourself. Oh, no, it was nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad and shut up in the dark, which was terrifying, so it was. I see, yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. Still scared of the dark now. Hey, and I don't know about yourself, Well, I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe. Miss Lestrade? Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. But jabbers, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes, what should we make of that last statement of hers? It's profoundly important. My lord! I believe a statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is a profoundly important point. The fact that she heard nothing. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council, nevertheless. Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all a fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. I was training my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring. Yeah, there wasn't a struggle. See, it was a suicide. Her pattern was kind of cute though. Yeah, she's so cute. I like little tsundere bratty kids. Whenever she lowers her hat when she's embarrassed, I find that really cute. There wasn't a struggle, that means it was suicide. He wanted to stab himself. See, I told you he wanted to frame Willy Wonka. So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Oh my gosh, what if he wanted to kill himself because he had too much debt? Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have the butchers to see what was what. But then, when I saw the swell getting on, it got it down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGill sat on the seat under which you were hiding, right? Yeah, would you Adam and Eve it? Eh, what a mug. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But Woody, not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to put and listen, and I'm driving its pigs to market, snoring like an old dog you was. I don't know what it means. Adam and Eve it. Doesn't add up. I'm just gonna say this just cause. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court. It's clearly at odds with the facts. At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. I'm not sure. I just thought that was the right answer. Seems like my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Ziegs realized it too. Counsel, I must insist a bullshit claim of evidence. Some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGill snoring, but what about the loud thud? Or was that later? But the other members in the bus said that they heard a loud noise and that's why they looked underneath, right? They heard something. Or was that, did they hear her screaming? I don't remember the events anymore. I've been playing this game for way too long. There's something else she should have heard. Shit, wait, hold on. Oh, I haven't played this game in too long. Yabewa. Let me have a look at the evidence and the people. Give me 2 seconds. This game has been going on for too long. Yeah, dude, I don't remember anymore. I witnessed an incident. Witnessed an incident from a seat on the roof deck of the omnibus. What did they say again? They said that they heard like a loud noise or something, right? She's so cute. But then all 3 of them heard it, right? Who saw it first out of those 3? I would probably fair play him first. Do you ship those 2? Driver of the omnibus. OTP. I'm trying to think back to his statements. What did they say? They heard a loud noise and that's why they looked down, right? But then... Ah, she should have heard, he literally just said that he heard the guy thump on the ground and then her shriek. But then she's now saying that she heard nothing. What did she say? Did she say that she heard absolutely nothing? Yeah, that's a lie then. That's absolutely a lie. Is it? Oh no! No! The sound of death throws, he's so embarrassing! Well, let me load it again. That one doesn't count. I should have it's because it's not that I'm bad at this game, it's just that I've been playing the same episode over like the past 4 weeks. I don't remember shit. Ade. King Shin will keep this up and reduce the taxes. What do you mean? 誰？誰? Do you guys remember? No, but they heard some kind of loud noise as well, right? Ha! What noise? She said she heard nothing though, but she must have at least heard him like thump on the ground, like fall to the ground, right? Huh. Can I Google this? Yeah, not sure who mentioned the third first, or should I just be using the autopsy as like a... The one... The other guy heard it? The one, the yellow hair? You mean the femboy? I'm gonna try Bipple. I'll try every one of them, okay? If it isn't, I'm just gonna time travel. 아, 저가! 違うかよ. It might be something stupid like, maybe I'll just use the autopsy. It might just be... Music, can I? Of him getting stabbed? Choka! Nandayo! Ah. Brute forcing it. I did this a lot of Danganronpa and it drives me crazy. No, I didn't need a brute force Danganronpa. Dare nandayo? Ha. Ha. I just have really bad memory. If I played this in one go, I would have remembered, but I don't remember shit. This case has been going on for way too long. Are? Okay, Shima, it's time to use your brain. It's time to use your brain. Let's look at the court record once again. Ah. Okay, so in the version of events that she said she could only hear him snoring, but there was actually a different sound that happened before. What was that sound? What sound was it? But it could have been any sound. I think for me this question is too vague because she must have heard other sounds like people getting on the omnibus above. So even while she was in the carriage, there would have been like the two other passengers who got on the top of the omnibus because they checked they couldn't go inside the first floor. And then there would have been the sound of the guy falling to the floor. And then there would have been the sound of him propping the guy back up. And she screamed because she heard the sound of the guy falling to the floor, right? Yeah, okay, she heard the guy falling to the floor and that's why she screamed. And then the people above heard her screaming and that's why they looked down. The logbook? That's the debtor's ledger. I don't think there is a logbook. This is the people that, this is the people who owe the guy money. Huh? It might be something stupid like they would have heard him scream. The victim. Oh, I got it. She should have heard him screaming. The sound that is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Ah! Okay, yeah. That's so true. Okay, I failed to think about that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I thought about the people getting on the top of the bus, but I completely forgot about how the victim got on the bus. Ah, yeah, Willy Wonka came on by himself. That's true. I see. Haha. Wow, I got that in one go. I knew that. Soka, soka. Oh, that's why, because our victim let out a big yell and the victim was under attack. No, Uncle Red, you're stupid. We're talking about when the victim got on the bus. She didn't hear him get on the bus. Order, order, explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus, is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got in while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person aboard the omnibus was Mr. McGilded. That it was, not a soul in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean? Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for the swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Ah, we know the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she said she did or did not hear is at odds with the fact. What if? Sorry, I have a new theory. Guys. What if the third guy actually got onto the top floor of the omnibus, the two guys stabbed him to death, and like threw him down the window, and that's how he landed in the middle? That makes sense. Bro, I could be right, oi. That's why the two gentlemen were sitting next to each other. Right? Yeah, what if Femboy Mustache killed him? That would make sense, because there's a latch that opens the ceiling light. So, yeah, what if? So the third guy got onto the top of the bus. Two guys stabbed him, threw him down the window. That's why he heard a loud thud to the ground. And then he wakes up, sees him like bloody and dead, props him up on the seat. Because there's no saying that he was sitting on the seat. Like there's nothing proving that he was sitting on the seat to begin with. He was only on the seat because what do you call it? Mr. McGilded put him there. That makes a lot of sense. That's my theory for now. Yes, this pity thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks! Yes, he knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You've demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenience untruths, nothing more. No! He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. No, Grandma, no! Stop, you guys change too often. Like, there has to be some kind of system where it's like, you'd vote at the end. Why are you voting in between? She didn't even say anything. I don't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, lying is a no-no. I can't abide liars. Neither can I! Mr. Foreman! I don't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. What's with the vocab? But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Low consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. He's getting really annoying. Yes, very refreshing. Ah! God, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, useless Eastern imagine? Oh, he's being racist now. I'm leaving. This is carnage. It's perfect. Juror number 2 is the only one left. This is not a whole. This way is the way it's going. I know if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGill's innocent, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. What's an Amadan? Aha! Aha! Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, what if it's the truth? If we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel! I'm sorry, sir? Whatever do you mean? Amadan, you're an Amadan. Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way. Yeah, that's what I think. I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. He needs to stop. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The only other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door. He got it! But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Here's a better point, Dracula or Sholmes? Dracula's one's pretty hot, to be honest. Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus in which the incident occurred. Where on earth is the entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Crocodile! The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. Ha ha! My theory was right. I say, the skylight? We might finish this case today. You got it. Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However, you got it. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through. You got it. So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGilden and Miss Lestrade said the same thing in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from a seat having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry. In fact. Good gracious. Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it! Wow, I have the mind of a mastermind. I'm so good at this game. You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible! How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. But what if they're the culprit, huh? What are you suggesting, my learned friend, huh? What are you suggesting? And yet not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh yeah, didn't we see blood on the floor inside the carriage? I mean, if he fell from the second floor and he had a stab wound, there would be blood on the floor, on the floor of the carriage. Well, yes, that's true, but might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilden? To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not much of a case of them not saying, but yeah, they're in on it. 'Tis a case of him being unable to say. Huh. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Him! Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Ah! Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you bliverer? You runner, he said, you runner! What are you insinuating? What is he doing? This is the fruitiest walk I've ever seen. This is a flaming outrage. I've got a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give me a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Where is he running? What is he doing? Is this... This is gay rage. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace, it's scandalous. And I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest about you, you rotten scoundrel! What is he doing? Just fight him, do it. Punch him if you can. Go. Do it. Twerking in court. He's twerking in court! Have you guys seen that video that's like bottom defends his top? And it's like, what was it? Bottoms fight for his top or something like that. And it's like some group of like Manchester boys like fighting, and it's in the most pussy way possible. Order! 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 'Tis not the time, witnesses. This is not the time. Sorry, I'm making him speak like McGilded. What kind of videos are you watching, Shima? It's a really funny one. It's a really funny one. It's a meme. The man is twerking in court. He's guilty. For real. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the sand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. Ah, it's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know? That's very hurtful. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks. It was the defense that incited his outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. Seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. Fuck you! My learned friend has been racist this entire time. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimidated the criminal guilt. Intimated criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is termed a baseless accusation. Your Honor, Dracula being mean again. Your Honor, my learned friend is a piece of shit. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get him! Testify! I thought there was something fishing about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. No, he's just gay. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. There's filth and rubbish in our mess. We must dispose of it at once. Show me! Show me! Show me! What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in complete frenzy. Mr. Fair Play, Mr. First. My lord, you will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. I'm gonna finish this today. Legitimate accusation. We were the only two people on the roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. I'm hungry. If anything had happened while we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? Give me a second. I'm just gonna open my laptop. Give me 2 seconds. I knew it! I knew this gay couple, they're the perpetrators. Has to be them. There is no other. Wait, I need to charge my laptop. Okay. Be right back. gonna take a piss in the meantime, be right back. Okay, back. In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time. I tell you, couldn't have possibly opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? Tadaima. I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine. How do we prove this? How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck. I mean, the driver must have noticed as well. All three of them were in on it. That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Have you guys... Have you guys read the Agatha Christie novel? The one where it's like, it's on a train. I think it's Orient Express. I can't remember. But basically, can I spoil it? Do you guys know what? You guys probably don't read. But you have not? Basically in that one, basically everyone on the train is part of the murder. Aside from like one or like the main character, I think. Like one or two people. Everyone on the train was plotting to kill this one man. So they each took turns to stab him. And then in the end, once like the detective figured out that everyone was a murderer, he ended up, what do you call it? None of them went to jail because he was kind of like, oh, that's valid. Because they all had a reason to kill the man. Yeah, in the end, like, for the greater good of everyone, I think he ruled it out as like an accident or something. I can't remember. Or like, they framed this one person. Can't remember what it was. Yeah. Yeah, but whenever I see these kinds of situations, I'm like, what if everyone's a murderer? We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. These two are obviously gay lovers. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. A cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Refuting the accusation. We were the only two people on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. Okay, okay. To be honest, why would anyone named Fairplay be suspected of anything? So true. So true. Someone should be named like Innocent or something. So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck. Absolutely not, Dickon. No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilded? Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in... Let me stop you there, Fallon, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? It is all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Ah, I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. People just be lying in the courtrooms, huh? If you lie, could go to jail as well, you know. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? While I was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening, it would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is this what it is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. Why is he copying him? I'd give you the keys to my vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyes would freeze shut and you never opened them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you. You had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things? I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. And you! Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about! Open and free competition! Oh my god. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. So true. Free economics. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. So you never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Loom. No, not once. Never. He never met the man before, he said. Never. And you, Mr. Furs, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right. So hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection. So desu ka ne. So ka na. Chotto! Mr. McGilded? Yes, Counsel, what can I be doing? Yes, Counsel, what can I be doing for you? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Thrice-Fired Mason. Not the remotest connection? Is that right now, I wonder? Ha ha. What are you insinuating now? Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has. Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not, your repayment date? I beg your pardon? Heh. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Nobody asked you to borrow. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on another. Ah! And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That the top hat sliding about on your head, is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm just still an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it is a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers. Mr. Mason had the same hat, you're right. I thought it was just like a symbol of being poor, but you're right. Mr. Mason had the same hat, that's what I was gonna say. Ah, if you look at the photo, he has the same hat. There's a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lord. Oh, this you mean. Yeah, I thought it was just poor. Can't help thinking the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh. That's one of my hats. Heh, hey, that it is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. I thought it was just like poor people hats. Sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. Man's dead and they insult his drip, for real. I raise my case. You little weasel! Ah! He's better at this than I am. He is. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please don't let me, a little interruption, hold up the proceedings. Oh, I got it. Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't have possibly opened it. Are you quite certain about that? The skylight was shut the entire time. I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. So it is. Of course, the fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand? Ah, no, hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just meant to say, well, the point is I tried to open the skylight, you see. Lol. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. You can't open it from the inside, but you can open it from the outside. Everyone's looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge. I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. The judge is so funny. The point is, first using the old fire defense. Skylight can't be open. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin. That cabin of shame. Oh, who voices the girl? Sonohazuga. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? You can open it from the outside, but not from the inside. Miss Lestrade! Cock it. It opens. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Why are you bringing out the smoke gun? Oh, them slats. Skylight's open dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke one, I can't do it from the inside, you mug. I told you. Told you. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. I like her BGM. I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out me ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. She's gonna get arrested. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, you got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch room skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. Skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff! I knew this all along. Climb up to the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. Couldn't the cab guy just tell you? What do you mean, no way, Uncle? I've been saying that the entire time. Oh, my hat. See? Hold on. Order. So it appears that the street girl statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Isn't that what your theory was before, Naruhodo-san? This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel the defense. Please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So a skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. If you're so sure about the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? You guys should praise me. I'm so smart. I'm actually really good at this game. That's right. Demand to hear it. We came here to say what we saw. I tell you, not for this. But you call us both shysters. Brand us as criminals. You call us liars. That's what he means. And accuse us of doing it. Big brain king, a genius even without sleep. She was so smart. Thank you. Heh. There's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves now, is there? I believe we're much in the same position as one another here. Ah! I don't crack this case, so no crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. So hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence, huh? No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that what we need now to find a conclusive piece of evidence. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Okay. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything had happened. Yeah, that's the hat. Yeah, anyways, of course you know the man. Let's present this as evidence first. Damning you, sir? Oh no, oopsies. Oh no, fuck. No, give me back my star. Oh wow. Okay, I guess we can examine the... You're right, I'll examine the... But that was an inconsistency. He doesn't actually... He doesn't know of a man. I mean, he does know of a man. Oh! Oh! There's blood here! Shit, there's blood here! Just here, look at this! There's blood! Oh, there'd be a blood stain here, surely. It can't be unrelated to the case, can it? Aha! Jag vill! Jag vill. Thank you, Uncle Richima. Kyle was shut the entire time, I tell you. Huh. I'm not sure which sentence I should be replying to, so I'm just gonna try out both of them, okay? I will save here. I will save here because I don't want to use up more of my thingy, my bobs. Which statement should I be replying to? This one or this one? If it's so sure the victim fell through the skylight. I will use this statement. If it isn't, we'll use the other statement. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts. And the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. Counsel. My lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight. No! Shut up! Yeah, the blood was always there. That wasn't a very thorough investigation, is it? No, it isn't. goes in. Crocodile! By Jupiter, is that... Yeah, what were the police doing, huh? Blood? This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. Told you, see? No! I knew it was those two. I knew it all along. Mata. But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. It only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight, sure, and that'll be very convenient. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be fastened from the roof deck. You're gonna kill the bench bros. I myself wouldn't have been open it now, would I? There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gem really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? That's all too plain if you see. Here's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No! But it can't be. It's all lies! Usada! My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is a clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the girls' carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful part couldn't have done such a thing. You turned your back on me so many times. What are you talking about, Granny? On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3. You gotta shut up! Stop cock blocking! Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Mr. Lord Van Zeeks? This is like the 4th time they flip-flop for real. Bloodstain on frame of the skylight? Such evidence. It's null and void. Huh? What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. These jurors are such incredible characters for real. What are you talking about? It's there for all to see and it's clearly blood. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that the stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session. What? Heh. What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from the prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I won't take kindly as a stander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize this is your first appearance in court as accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. Why update the autopsy report when you can update the evidence live in the courtroom? For real? You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. Well, what if he was actually guilty this entire time? And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Wait, what if he's actually guilty? Adapt the facts, what does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGildred's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. But you can't even seem to find a lawyer, huh? Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. Toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut tut, Lord Burnseeks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Hmm? Oh no! I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But, if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus here has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? The world has a wife. Isn't that right now, counsel? The smoke screen earlier, you're right, me. Fuck. It's true. You know, at this point, based on how the characters have been behaving, I feel like the gay couple is not actually guilty. Omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter. In your own words. As you wish. Someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it could have been possible. Oh! Was the thief in on it, or just a ruse that Mr. McGildred would have known about? McGildred also did kind of signal Regina to appear, if you remember. Yeah, Mr. McGildred could actually be guilty in this. For some reason, I feel like the two gay gentlemen upstairs did not actually do it. Mr. McGildred seems a bit too calm as well. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel like as though there's something even more important at stake here. I just noticed these are like people behind us. These silhouettes. Lol. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh. Good gracious, explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? Sure, everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Bang! What is going on? Be careful, Miss Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. Hello, hello. Emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all the chaos, could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Man, looking at this is so funny. They're also all in different art styles. Like the jury versus like this guy and then me. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull? You rotten feckless googa? Yeah, I can't trust him because he was racist to me once. Feckless googa? You're supposed to be defending me. This is a wicked plot. There's a plot to undermine me, so it is. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated early as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. Yeah, Dracula, the most detailed character there. Yeah, for real. The art style was completely different. Okay, I don't hate him as much anymore. Maybe he has a point. As I have said, this was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. What about the police? That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. I thought the police did? What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Oh, there should be something. I don't know what it is, but there should be something. My lord. Yes, counsel? There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of trial. Oh, it's a pool of blood. What in the devil's name are you gonna say now? Yeah, doesn't he have a report from Scotland Yard or something, right? Where's Scotland Yard? I think it's a pool of blood. Silence, Mr. McGilded. Court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other, for real. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. Yeah, I have a feeling that Mr. Willy Wonka is guilty. What am I supposed to believe here? Oh no, it's raining. I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial? Pretty sure it's a pool of blood. I did not notice that in the beginning. Kokoda! If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight and onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord! Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Kokoda! Well said. Although as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I'm not here to defend the defendant. I'm here to defend justice. Heh. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a very decisive piece of evidence. Yeah, the giant pool of blood is a crazy discrepancy. But the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone. I feel compelled to admit that there is at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Yeah, I don't think I noticed that in the beginning, but it's been so long since I last played this episode that I don't remember properly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we would have noticed it from the beginning otherwise. Ah! Okay, he loses it. He's gonna... I love it when characters go crazy like this. This trial's over! Mr. McGilded? Even if we're a lawyer, finding contradiction of... Yeah, I don't remember the pool of blood either. I've done everything I can to cooperate with the court, but this is all over now. But you're the defendant. This is over, Talia. Oh, I love it when they show their true selves. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. This is all nonsense. McGilda's off the group. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is here now. Oh, wow. And over the course of his desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, while he's speaking perfect English now, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of the Lord Van Zeeks. Wow, my lord. He's lost the plot. I must concur with the defendant that unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular blood stain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it will be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zeeks, who am I trying to defend again? Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. No, don't give up here! Why am I rooting for you now, huh? Very well, in that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I'm of course obliged to confirm the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty. Yes, which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? I'm here to defend justice. Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? How does Van Zeeks not have a record of the evidence? Yeah, for real, how does he not have a record? He's a police guy, isn't he? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Oh, if we win this, I feel really uncomfortable. Yes, my lord. The defense believes the defendant could be guilty. I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. Imagine. Imagine your client's paying you and you're like, oh, actually, yeah, nah. A bit of victory. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me. Your lawyer has turned on you. Order, order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. Defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question. Are you of sound mind? Wahahahahaha! Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah, your job here is done, Valor, and some fine work you've done, so you have. He's laughing like Shiva. What do you mean? So it's just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it afore, the trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Ha. Wah ha 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 ha. Oh. I really don't know what to make of all of this. What was the evidence? Was the evidence we've seen genuine or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming and unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. Yeah, mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. Maybe the next chapter is about trying to convict Volky. Is he gonna be oh, I thank you kindly, my lord. Man. I hereby pronounce a verdict of this court. You got it! But we still haven't determined if the blood stain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Damn, he's pulling a Detective Conan moment. Lord Van Zeeks, my lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. Van Zeeks, you should have done a better job. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. Yeah, you dumbass! My sincerest apologies, my lord. But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair! Oh my gosh. I like Lord Van Zeeks now. I ship them now. The culpability of the defendant has not at the present time been established by this court, from enemies to lovers. Consequently, the jury will not be requested to pre-offer judgment. What? Oh, all according to his plans. Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Just remember him crushing all of his wine glasses. You can hate him again, I'm sure. I think that was pretty cool, actually. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? That's the law of the land, my good man. The rich always win, huh? If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Wow. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you have more to say to me, have you? Just one thing, a warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I'm sure he's gonna commit some other crimes. Wahahahahaha. I hereby pronounce the defendant Mr. Magnus McGilded not guilty. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is such a sad victory. Oh, I'm not happy. Can't believe it. Having a tuning off. This is an outrage. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. Oh, man. Oh, this is such a bittersweet victory. I hate this. The courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day. The judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. Oh, I wonder if Willy Wonka's gonna appear again. But then does that mean the two gay gentlemen have to go to jail? GG. 18 February. I feel bad for those two guys who've been framed. 5:14 PM. Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. That certainly was a long trial. Yes, it was. First ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. Hollow victory. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Hey, that you did. Fuck you. Go kill yourself. Mr. McGilded. Oh, and that girl's with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. But even if it was McGilded, there are still some things that don't quite add up. There are still some inconsistencies even prior to like what he did. So it's hard to say. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I've heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. I viewed a tank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Wahahaha. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. It's a mystery. Or he literally just paid most people off. He could have paid most people off, to be honest. He could have paid everyone off. He could have paid the driver off as well. Oh, if it goes so much thanks to me, it's down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Ha 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 ha. Ah, there's water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. there's only one thing that matters to me. Oh, they've all seen that I didn't do the odious absondant deed. It's grand, is it not? I suppose it is. What motive did we have for killing the guy again, collecting a debt? Basically, yeah, that guy owed him a ton of money. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters into their hand and sort out any wee details. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have, after all. I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Fuck. Wahahahahaha. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Okay, thank you. Oh no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Ada, be whist. You're a humble fella, yeah, you're from the east. Well, if you insist. Have the still and all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilden. Now give me the 1,000 guineas, I want it. Everything is ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. Hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? After the trial is over? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. Is he going to tamper it again? Tamper with it? Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. Hope you have a whale of your time while you're studying here in Great Britain. There he goes, a free man. Man, this trial is so long. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Stop it, put the gun away. Don't move. Whereas I want to say get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? Nay, all grown-ups. She's one of those. Ah, there you are! Who's this lolly? Naughty, running off like that. I like the OST. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? Taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Huh. She looks like a Monhun character, she does. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Grr. Excuse me, but who are you? They're all kind of into that steampunk aesthetic. I bet they're friends with Sholmes. Oh, good day to you. I'm the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. Why is it a lolly? The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I had took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What's it what? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What, you mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong, surely an adult has told you that before. Who was this lost, sassy child? An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you only want to do the right thing in the end. Fairly sure that what she wants to do is to not get shot by that massive gun of yours. Yeah, the most anime looking character so far, for real. The pink hair, the blue eyes, the green eyes. We'll be leaving now then. Bye bye. I'm so sorry for the fuss. She was a lively one. What do you think perhaps we ought to be... Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too. Yes, you're right. But where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings, but this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. The McGilded Park. Please don't tell me you're not thinking about the McGilded. I know it might be a little chilly at this time of the year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Her eyes, she's got the peon eyes. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilder down. Should just take him the money, it's free money. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or a mansion. Why don't you take the money? You can still go back. And so the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Okay, I guess it's not over yet. Oh my gosh, it's on fire. There's someone inside? I bet it's Mr. McGilded. Nantoyu. Who died? Did Mr. McGilded get burned to death? Oh. Oh. Yes. Nice. Okay. Thank you for coming today. That was a really long session. Oh my god, I'm so tired now. But that was really fun. To be continued. To be continued next time. Our journey continues. Well, Ace Attorney is really long. GG, Lawyer King Game Mishima, for real. Oh my god. It's not over yet. Anyways, I need to go to work now, but I want to take a nap as well. I'm so tired. I fucked myself again. Anyways, thanks for watching. I think tomorrow, did I say tomorrow? No, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm meeting up with someone. Another VTuber. This time it's not Cinderia, but I'm rizzing someone tomorrow. I'm rizzing another cute girl tomorrow. So, yeah. Is that tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. What day is it today? Is today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Yeah. I think tomorrow. Not Cinderia. Nope, not Agnes. Someone you guys probably wouldn't have expected, but yeah. I'll tell you guys about my rizzing news afterwards. But I think the day after is Hima's onsen ASMR. And then afterwards is Princess. What was it? Pumpkin Princess? What was it? Volcano Princess. But yeah. I'm gonna try to sleep more this week. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Good night for people who are supposed to be sleeping right now. But yeah. Nesanの温泉. But yeah. Thank you. Oshima. Also take responsibility for Haemon's pregnancy. I'll take care of our kid. Hima-san. So yeah. Oshima. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye. Bye. します。